guys, welcome back to the not the single chronicle. Just wanted to let you know because I am a big Stephen King fan. Of course, I'm doing Dr. Sleep, and I felt that it would be in my best interest as a fan to do a video review so you get to look at my lovely face. And of course, this is Loki. He's replacing my daughter who usually does certain movie reviews with me. What did you think about the movie? Hi, Loki. Anyway, Dr. Sleep is the follow-up to The Shining, which came out in 1980. It was the adaptation, Stephen King adaptation done by Stanley Kubrick, which we all know Stephen King hates because they changed so much of his source material. But Stanley Kubrick, being the director he was, he had a vision, and certain things in Stephen King's books are really hard to put on screen, and he knew that, so he made it visually. From like the way things were shot, he just made it visually appealing. This movie, as greatly as well as it's directed, no, it's not The Shining, no, it's not better than The Shining, but in all fairness, to play devil's advocate, isn't that right, Devil? It's basically one of those types of movies where it knows what it is, and unlike The Shining, it didn't have damn near 4 decades to be cultivated, dissected, reviewed, talked about, and all that other crazy mess. But it's still a great movie. When I saw Dr. Sleep, I was like, I was surprised. I was like happy, but I knew what the source material was. If you are not familiar with King's books, but you know who he is and you know his movies, you're like, oh, shoot. But it's not until you see Red Rum in a trailer, you're like, Red Rum, and you're like, oh my God, it's something to do with The Shining. So it does poke and tease and play around with that, but it doesn't just hang on that fact. It's not Shining 2.0, shine on from shiners, shine the shit in. You want to get sued? But anyway, it's one of those films that's just, I liked it. I personally really did enjoy this film. Yes, it's a horror film. No, it does not rely on the more common horror tropes that we see today. You don't have like 1,001 jump scares every frame. Yes, there is a fine tuning of the score with this movie, where it doesn't heavily rely on playing some song and something's creepy and everything's quiet and boom, no, you don't get a bunch of that in this movie. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's not scary because there's not a lot of gore and it's not a lot of stuff, but the movie does have scary things. Like there's a scene with the villains, what they do to somebody's boy. It's like it sit with me because I'm like, damn, as a parent, that would mess with me. So it's like a psychological, atmospheric type of thriller horror movie, which to me, those are sometimes scarier than all these jump scares that they have in a lot of these films. Ewan McGregor, he plays grown-up Danny Torrance. He's trying to get his life back together since, everything that happened at the Overlook Hotel. And he does that by drowning his shit in alcohol. And in this movie, like towards like the second act, he's basically, all right, I'm gonna kick this habit and get into some AA meetings or something. He works at this hospice, watching over the old people and whatnot and cleaning and whatnot. And he's really trying to just live his life without his powers getting in the way. Rebecca Ferguson, she plays Rose the Hat. She's one of my favorite characters because in this movie, she's like one of those villains that she doesn't over monologue everything so much that it's like, oh yeah, I'm the bad guy. You understand why she does what she does, why her and her compadres do what they do to survive. And you might not like it. You might think it sucks, but at the end of the day, it's a necessary evil. They do what they do, and it is what it is. They just suck basically the energy, life force from the people who have the Shining. And they were just like a group of vampires. Like, this is what we got to do to live. And it is what it is. So it's that part I like. They do have some small conversations and you see the connection that they have between one another. I personally enjoy that. They're not like these one-dimensional villains that you see in these movies. And to me, I thought that was very, very important. Abra is the little girl. She's actually the protagonist that has the Shining, but her gifts are like way, way stronger than Danny's, considering she hasn't grown up in fear and drowned in alcohol. She has parents who loved her, and despite them not really knowing her gifts or really acknowledging them, she grows up in just a household of love, not this scary ass hotel with her dad trying to kill her with her ex. So there's that. But anyway, as a kid actor, I think her name is Kyleigh something. She's very good. She's not annoying. She displays a lot of different, strong. She's just really strong on screen. And considering that she's just a child, oh wow, she blows it out the water. She shows fear, anger, happiness, all of that, and even some badassery. So I definitely enjoyed her. One of the other side characters that I particularly like, the guy that plays Lurch in the Addams Family. I forget his name, but he's like 7 feet tall. He's been in everything. He was in Gerald's Game, who ironically, the director of this movie directed that movie, which is also a Stephen King novel. He played the like big creepy monster killer thing that was in the room with the lady when she was still handcuffed to the bed. But he's great. He doesn't have a whole lot of lines, and you don't really hear him. He does talk a little bit, but it's always good to see him on screen. He's such a talented actor. And his presence is just like, I just would love to be in a movie or just near him. I just want to meet him because he's like 7 feet tall. Like, how often do you meet someone that's 7 feet tall that's not in the NBA? So anyway, he's in it. Cliff Curtis, who the racially ambiguous guy that's in like a lot of stuff. He was in Training Day, and he was in most recently The Walking Dead. Well, I haven't Fear the Walking Dead, which I haven't watched in like forever. He's also like a really, great actor who's in this film. As far as a bunch of other side characters and Easter eggs, like the address that Kyleigh lives in, that's his 1980, which is the year the movie The Shining came out. There are little Easter eggs, little fan services that are in there that if you are a true King fan, you pick up on immediately. And it's just, I was like, okay, I'm digging it. But it's not in your face, and it's not all throughout the movie. Like, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't dwell on the fact that it's a Shining sequel. They're not even really in the Overlook Hotel until the third act, when the shit is about to hit the fan and the battle is about to go down. So, with that being said, I like the fact that it stands on its own 2 feet. I like the fact that it doesn't rely on this, movie, and it doesn't try to be this other movie. That being said, yes, it does have flashbacks, and when it does go back to Danny's youth, they don't use de-aging technology. Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall do not reprise their roles. They're not de-aged in any way. That being said, those actors that played them, Henry Thomas from like E.T. He played on a bunch of other stuff, but I remember him from E.T. He's all grown up now. He plays Jack Torrance, and he does a pretty good job. Considering he actually kind of looks like young Jack Nicholson did when he was about to lose his damn mind in that hotel. I forget the actress name that plays Wendy Torrance, Shelley Duvall's character. She's pretty good. I mean, everyone knows I'm not a fan of hers in this movie. She really got on my nerves. I mean, she did the best she could, but she was just, I don't know, Stanley Kubrick, they said that he tormented her on set, and it showed, like, the fear in her face. She just did a lot of screaming, and this woman does try to do a lot of that strong badassery, but really weak and whiny and damsel in distressy. But anyway, the character development is great in this film. There's a lot of talk and jargon and talking between the characters, and you see their relationship, you see their connection. You see the complications that lies in what they, who they are. I had no gripes with the movie. I love the movie. In fact, I'm going to go see the movie again this weekend, and I might add a written in-depth review for this film in addition to this video. But I give it two out of two thumbs up. The movie is awesome. Go see it. If you're a King fan, go see it. If you're a fan of the director, go see it. Again, if you're looking for in-your-face Saw, jump scare, if you're looking for, it's like The Conjuring without the reliance of all the jump scares. It's like what made the first Conjuring movie scary. I dig it. But if you're looking for a slasher film, don't go see this movie. If you're looking for a typical ghost scary film, please don't see this movie because you're going to be let down. If you're familiar with Dr. Sleep, if you like Dr. Sleep, go see it. It's a little bit better than the book. I liked it. I mean, shit, I like Maximum Overdrive too. But anyway, thanks guys for tuning in. Be sure to go to the drunkeninsomniacwriter.com and check out all my goodies. Stay up to date with reviews, single chronicles, and follow me on social media at Insomniac_writer, as well as Twitter, even though I don't really post much on Twitter. Thank you for tuning in. Until later, guys, be awesome, be you, and I'll catch you on Flip Flat.